Katie Hunter from MMA UK. I'm here with Chrystall. Fee has just finished her class for the evening. What class were you doing, Fee?
I just finished a Thai class and then I've got wrestling at 8, so just in between classes just now.
So is it double sessions most days for you at the moment?
Yeah, doing between 2 and 4 sessions a day. So I was in this morning and then back in again tonight. It's good.
And you said to me that you were trying to fit this interview around training and work. What do you do for a day job?
I'm like a maths tutor just now. So I just do that part time, which is cool. So it fits around stuff pretty well.
Is that for primary school kids or kids at secondary school? Or...
Yeah, mostly high school kids, like setting their hires and stuff. So 16, 17-year-olds. It's good fun.
So is that a bit easier to manage? Can you kind of balance your workload when it's going into fight camp?
Yeah, I only take like 4 or 5 students, so it's like 4 or 5 hours a week. It's pretty easy to manage, even if you're starving hungry and stuff.
So the rest of your time must be spent sleeping.
Yeah, pretty much sleeping, driving, or training, eating in there somewhere as well.
So you're fighting on the 15th of Feb against Hannah Gujwan. I'm hoping that I haven't messed up her name. Do you know much about your opponent?
Yeah, well, as much as I can though. Her record's a bit messed up, her MMA record's a bit messed up because she's kind of exclusively fought absolute monsters. Like she's fought Rena, the like rising champ, the girl that just fought for the Invicta belt. She's fought her, and she's fought like up weight classes she shouldn't have been fighting at. So her MMA record's really messed up, but she's got a good Thai record, good striking. So it'll be a fun fight, I think.
I did notice that about her record as well. It looks like she's fought some really tough people really, really early on in her career.
Yeah, I think I mean, maybe not made the smartest decisions fight-wise, but then, especially at this weight, a lot of the time you just have to take what you've been given. So, no, I'm not worrying about what her record is too much. I think it'll be a good fight.
Yeah, and you mentioned the weight class there. All over your Instagram bio is that you're atom weight. It must be so hard to get fights at atom weight, and I know you fought a lot of catch weight bouts.
Yeah, I'm pretty much exclusively fighting catch weight bouts because I can't find people to fight at 48. I think there's Catherine Costigan. She was retired, but seems to have come back, so that would be a cool fight in the future because she's like an actual atom weight. But yeah, right now I'm just taking like 50 kilos is fine for me. That means I don't have to cut any water, which is nice.
Yeah. But I guess the atom weight class in Invicta must be very appealing.
Well, that's where I want to end up, really, at this present time, like that. The first MMA fight I watched was Joanne Calderwood on Invicta 3, I think.
Yeah.
So like before I'd seen the UFC or anything, that was the first fight I'd ever saw. So that's always been where I wanted to end up anyway, I guess. And their belt's really pretty, so that'd be nice.
I imagine she's a big inspiration being from Scotland as well and being as successful as she is.
Yeah, and kind of coming from the same, well, not now, but coming through the same gym and ending up where she is now, and just it's good to have someone like that come through the same channels as you have. It's doing that well.
And you haven't fought since April last year. Last year now. I know you had a fight lined up, a really exciting fight, it looked like, with Anna Rastwick that was due to happen in November. Was it November?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that fell through.
I think I'm not really sure. I think Anna got injured.
Right.
And we couldn't find anybody that could make that weight at that short notice. So yeah, just kind of fell through. It's the way it is. I think loads of it happens really often where girls, like you'll see that girls are only fighting once a year, or there's just not the same pool to pick people from, I guess. But I'm
Yeah.
fighting now, so it's fine.
And that break between April and that bout in November, was that again not being able to find a matchup?
Yeah, so I would love to fight 5 times a year,
Yeah.
but at the moment it's just not been possible. So I'm always in the gym anyway. It doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't change what I'm doing. Fights are just a bonus. So if a fight is available, then I'll take it, and if it's not, then I'll just keep training anyway. So it doesn't make too much of a difference, I guess, really.
And is opponent selection any different as a pro than it was an amateur? I saw your amateur debut was against Corey McKenna, who I know well from down here. And she was 4-0 at the time, and you took her on in your amateur debut. I know people just want to get as much experience in their amateur career as possible, but is pro any different for you?
Well, I only had 3 amateur fights, so I don't know if I racked up that much experience. It's not really. I think the main problem is like people want to manage their pro career a lot better because it matters a bit more, I guess. But like I think being a female and being at this weight, it's not possible really to like be well managed. I feel like you just kind of have to take what's going. So I think that's why you see a lot of girls with records like 1-4, 2-2, whatever, because you just have to take what's available. So no, I don't get the luxury of being too picky.
Yeah. And as a natural atom weight, is the catch weight between atom and fly as high as you'd go up, or would you fight at flyweight?
I wouldn't fight at flyweight. I don't even walk about at flyweight. It's like 57 kilos. I fought at strawweight and amateur, and I had my pro debut at strawweight. Like it's okay. Strawweight's fine if I know the other person is a small strawweight.
Yeah.
You get like strawweight's a really weird category where there's like tiny people fighting in it and like absolute monsters. So that's fine if I'm struggling to get a fight or if I know who the other girl is. But yeah, really, ideally, 48 to 50 kilos is where I want to be.
Yeah. And I just wanted to talk about some stuff on your Instagram. It's a really cool profile you got there. Like, I love some of the like hiking and stuff you do. You seem like a real outdoorsy person. What you call your rest days, like
Yeah,
more effort and adventure than most people will do like the rest of the week.
I don't know. I really like after fighting, my favorite thing in the world is just climbing hills. I don't know why. Just like I really like excited and climbing hills, and I don't know, just like being a kid again, just running up a hill really fast.
You've got beautiful scenery around you, but I'm not sure it'd be enough for me to want to run up the hills. I'd just like to stand and look at it.
Nice up there. It's really cool.
And I also came across a picture of you with Chrystall. She was actually carrying you in the photo. What was going on there?
I had a sponsor for a while that Cyborg, the same company sponsored Cyborg, so she was at this conference thing and she was there for 5 minutes. But somebody thought it would be really funny to ask her to pick me up, and she just swiped me right off the floor without thinking about it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure she didn't remember that, but that was cool. She was actually really nice. She was not what I expected she'd be. She was really down to earth person actually.
Was she? I was going to say what was she like, but you said she was only there for 5 minutes, so I wasn't sure how much you would have got to have a chat with her.
Sort of have a chat, but she was like pleasant. She was just chatting away to everyone and stuff for the time she was there, so she seemed pretty cool.
And I also saw that you were training out at Jackson Wink a little while ago. What was that like?
That was cool. It was really cool, really different. I met a lot of cool people out there that I miss a lot. We got to work with like Gibson and stuff, and Jodie Escabel's out there. It was really cool sparring with her, and it's just there's a lot. They've got a massive female team, which is really rare. And then just training at the altitude and stuff was a horrible experience, but it was worthwhile. No, it was really cool for it. It was a really cool experience. It's just really expensive to keep going back, and I'm really kind of happy where my training is at home and stuff now. I'm pretty settled. I'm happy with how I'm progressing in that, so I don't feel like I need to keep going over. All the way over there.
I know quite a few girls from England who go over there now and again for the same reason, just that there's so many girls to train with out there. And Jodie's actually been to your gym as well to train with you, hasn't she?
Yeah, she wasn't here for long. She came for a week or so. It was a week. Was she here? Yes, that was really cool. It was cool to. I don't think she liked the cold very much. No, but it's cool to have her here. The way we train, I think, is pretty different over here to how it is over there. It's a lot more structured here. Whereas, like in America, you tend to get people like just running camps, like their own camp, and it feels less team-like. Whereas here, there's loads of classes and stuff. So, yeah, it was cool to have her here and show her how we do it over this side.
So, do they not really have the same like pro class like setup or schedule? Is it just all based around the person with the fight coming up?
No, like there is classes. It's just like I'm used to having like I'll have 2 classes in the morning and then there's 3 classes to pick from at night. It's not really like that. They spar a lot more. Like we were sparring every day, which isn't great for your brain. And there are classes, but they're not. It's just a lot less structured. There's a lot more time on your own to kind of, which is cool. But I think you have to be really settled there to make that work for you, and you need to know who you're working with and stuff. It's just a different way of working. It's not better or worse. It's just different.
It seems a lot these days that people have like their base, their home gym that they'll always come back to and will always be their gym, and just want to travel and experience, just a few different ways of doing things, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's really important to travel and train with you don't need to go like America, but just go to other gyms and see how they do it, and you'll learn a lot.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to talk to you about is a really important issue for not just for girls, but a lot for girls, especially young girls going through puberty. And you've been quite open about it on your Instagram about an eating disorder you had a few years ago. You look so healthy and strong and fit and incredible now. You're such an inspiration for anyone with any type of addiction or food disorder like that. But can you tell us a little bit about it and how you came through that?
It's a long story, I guess. So I struggled really severely with an eating disorder for like 15 years, maybe. It's so hard to fit everything into like a sentence because it's such a long period of time. But yeah, just in and out of hospital all the time, like getting sectioned. I didn't really. My school life was a bit messed up. I didn't really go to school very much. So just really struggled for a very, very long time. I spent most of my teenage years in hospital. And then I kind of I hit kind of like a rock bottom, I suppose, when I was about 19. and I was weighing like 30 kilos at that time when I just wasn't in a mental state where I knew where I was. I wasn't communicating anymore with people. Like I wasn't speaking. I was just kind of sitting in the corner, rocking back and forth all day. It was like a scene from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It wasn't a good time. So I had electroshock therapy when I was 19. For 8 weeks or 4 weeks, 8 sessions, something like that. And that made a massive difference to me. It's the best thing I've ever done. It was a big thing at the time. But there's no way I'd still be here if I hadn't done that. Or well, I say I done it. I didn't do anything. If I hadn't been sent for that, I think that sort of stuff gets a really bad name just because I think how it used to be done and stuff like that. But it's really like I don't remember anything happening to me. It was just I went to sleep for a few hours and woke up feeling great. So that it wasn't like I had that and then I was fine. But that kind of just gave me enough headspace to think, right, and maybe I should start trying to build up some sort of life for myself. And it's been up and down since then, but I've never been back to the state I was in at that point in time. So yeah, fine training along the way, which helped.
Yeah. And is it difficult as a fighter? You probably get this question a lot, but like, especially when you've got to make weight before a fight, do you ever feel like that fixation with the scales? Is it an unhealthy thing, for someone with an eating disorder to have to look at the scales and hit a certain number?
I think maybe if I had been training when I was if I had been training when I was a teenager, it might have been different. It might have been a really bad idea.
Yeah.
At that time I was a ballet dancer. That really didn't help. Because that's a constant fixation on what size and weight you are. But I'm at a place now where it doesn't really like I still worry about what I look like in my body, but it's not my whole focus in life. So kind of at the stage I'm at just now, it really doesn't affect it too much. In fact, sometimes it's good to have a focus and something to work towards and just a kind of plan, some sort of stability. So at the stage I'm at now, it's more helpful, I think, than unhelpful.
Yeah. Because I also saw another post where you said, people say, oh, you're still obsessed with your body. And you're like, yeah, I am obsessed with making it a machine, with improving all my tools, with making it, the best kind of fighting machine that it can possibly be.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know, more this training really helped me think about my body, like what it could do, like physically, what it's physically capable of. I think coming from a ballet background where it's just, you're still trying to see what your body can do, but there's so much focus on you have to look a specific way that's all I ever really bothered about. But here it's nobody really cares what there's people make fat jokes all the time and stuff in here, but nobody really cares. Nobody cares what weight you are. It's about what you can do and how strong you can be. Like I can't train 4 times a day if I weigh 30 kilos. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I probably am still obsessed with my body, but I like to think I've made it more healthy than it used to be.
You certainly look so strong and healthy, and I just think you are a massive inspiration for anyone who's going through that you can come out the other side of it and live a really healthy lifestyle. You did you did actually post a picture of you as a ballerina the other day, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Your mum's finally got over the fact that she's not got a ballerina anymore.
Yeah, my mum isn't too happy about me. She often reminds me of what I could have been. Yeah.
Does she come to your fights? Because my mum looked at mine through her eyes.
She really was not happy the first few. And then she actually, the first one she came to, I got knocked out. and for some reason she had a great time. so, so yeah, she comes to them all now.
I guess it can't get any worse after that.
Well, she had a great time, so I was like, well, if you thought that was good, you'll be fine.
Well, 2 more questions before you go. One is your prediction for your fight.
I'd like I would like, it's not a prediction. I want a sub for this one. It's my prediction / what I want.
Any round?
2. With 2.
Okay. Everyone put your money on that if you can find odds. And the last question, I've got Reese McEwen coming on later this evening. I just wondered if you've got any stories about him that I can embarrass him with.
I don't really know if I've got any stories. I don't have any embarrassing, not what I can think of right off the top of my head.
He's got off the hook then.
Housewives love him. That's pretty the main fact I have about Reese. He's like grannies and stuff love him.
Okay. I'll pull his leg with that one. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Fee. It's been amazing. I wish you the best of luck with your fight on the 15th of Feb. We're going to be putting the ticket link up on our website as well, and in the comments section of this interview. So everybody check that out. And if you can get along, go and watch Fee get her submission in round 2.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Fee.
See you later.
Cheers. Bye.